Today's adventure starts once again right here in beautiful Crystal River. Today's lesson, well, we're gonna do something a little different. I have been asked by one of our loyal fans, how do you take a great fish picture? How do you make them look so good? Well, today we're gonna go out, catch one, and show you all the tricks that you can do with your camera to make that fish look, well, not only beautiful, but bigger. Come with me. Not a giant, but perfect for making it demonstrate how a fish can look bigger just by taking the right photograph. Perfect. It's probably only maybe a 18-inch fish that we're going to try to make him look at least 22 or 23. And he was right where he needed to be. Current's coming down the bank. Power pole's got us on anchor lock right here. And we're pitching up here and we're letting it go right under all these limbs that come off perpendicular to the bank. So I knew there was going to be a fish there somewhere. Too good an ambush spot. But let's talk about making this fish look picture worthy. So I'll show you a few tricks. First thing you're going to want to do is take away anything that gives it scale. The bait would give it scale so you knew how big the fish was. So we're going to get rid of that first. And then secondly, what I like to do is I like to hold the fish where I'm hiding my hands as much as I can. First of all, I got big hands. This is a really small fish. This fish, maybe 18. But by holding his tail up higher and holding his head forward, I can make that fish look a little bit bigger. And by shaking him some, I get his fins to stand straight up. So it doesn't look like I'm long arming him. It looks, if you can hold that head first, the tail, then the focus point is going to be on the length of the body and the body's going to look longer. It just is. So by doing that, all of a sudden this fish looks much larger than what it actually is. That's the best trick you can do. Hold them at an angle, tail up, head down a little bit, with your, in this case, my right hand forward, trying to hide the size of my hands. And by doing that, I can make the fish, a fish like this, a small male, look like, oh, that's a decent fish. Take the picture. So check out this photo right here to my right. And they do not look like the same fish. I've got to put him back in. Come on, little guy. There you go. Grow up. Grow up and look as big as the fish that's in that photograph. So honestly, when you're holding fish for photography, I like to make my hands, again, to review, look smaller. I like the scale of the hook to be out of there, unless the fish is large, then it's important. Always try to angle it, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, where the head is down and the tail is up and you're almost in front of the camera at a 30-degree angle to the camera lens itself. So you're holding it up. And that way you can see the length of the body, and the body will look longer that way, especially with the head a little bit lower. It looks like it's going uphill. And that way you're pushing this arm out further and holding this one up higher. And if you can hide your hands and whatnot, you saw that was the perfect size fish to do a demonstration, where the actual length of the fish was probably 17 to 18 inches long. But in the photograph, he's going to look like, oh, that was a 22, 23-inch fish. You can imagine how significant that would be if you were holding maybe a 30-inch fish. Now a 30-inch fish all of a sudden looks like it could be 36 inches long. Think about it. Especially if you're a fan of Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you're wanting your fish to look larger. That is a pro tip. That's all I got for you. Let's head back to the plantation. Looks like the weather's getting bad.